So we talked about the Detroit Lions and what they need to do on Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. It's a big game, but they got 3 more games remaining, and this game is huge, but the other 3 are even bigger than the Buffalo Bills because we have 2 division games and 1 conference games. Both of those games you have, it's terms of tiebreakers, you have head-to-head. Well, first you have record, then you have head-to-head, then you have division, then you have common, and then you have conference. So in priority order, it's going to be something that the Bills game we can afford to drop when it comes to like conference and things like that when it comes to standing. But we're going to take a look at games that we need to watch. What needs to happen in week 15 for the Detroit Lions to kind of keep pace for that number 1 seed? They need to win. If they win, then we're good to go. Let's take a look at some of the matchups that will affect the Detroit Lions. The Commanders and Saints, not really. Ravens, there's only 2 games that's really going to affect the Detroit Lions, and that is going to be the first one outside of our game, of course, is going to be, as soon as I get there, is the Steelers and Eagles. Obviously, we are rooting for a Steeler win to drop the Eagles down to 11-3. That will give the Detroit Lions currently, at this moment, a 2-game lead without a win. Actually, it'll be a game and a half because there'll be 2 up in the loss column and a win in the win column, which is a half game. It will be 2.5 games if the Detroit Lions, that's just without a Detroit Lions win. Now, if the Detroit Lions win and the Philadelphia Eagles lose, then that will be a 3.5 game lead. And basically 1 more win from the Detroit Lions could seal up the first seed. So we are rooting for a Steelers win. That game will be happening at the same time that our game is happening. 4:25, so we'll be score watching, no doubt. The other game that has something to do with us is this one right here. I will be streaming this game, doing a watch party on Lions Syndicate. This is Monday Night Football, Bears at Vikings. The Bears have lost 7 in a row. This team once was 4-2 after dropping 7 in a row, fired their head coach, and their interim head coach did not win his first game. This is a huge game. If we can get a little help from the Bears, who we play next week, then that would be big for the Detroit Lions, which will essentially, without the win, the Lions are 12-1. If the Bears was to beat, let's say, so the Lions game is over. Lions win against and they go to 13-1. If the Bears win this game and the Vikings drop to 11-3, the Lions will have a 2.5 game lead. As a matter of fact, it'll be closer to 3 because we'll have 1 more win and we'll have the tiebreaker because we beat them. So you can say it'll be a 2.5 game lead. And we play the Vikings the last game of the season. If the Lions were to win against the Bills, and the Vikings lose against the Bears, that will essentially be where 1 more win will basically lock up not only the first seed, but also the NFC North as well. So that is what we're looking for. We're only 2 teams that we're worried about outside of our game. This one's going to be interesting to watch for a different set of reasons, but we'll talk about that after week 15 is in the books. So that is what we're looking at. We are looking for just 2 games outside of our own that we are looking for. The Eagles and Steelers will be happening at the same time ours is, so we'll know what's going on there. Now, what I don't know is if the Eagles win and we lose, will the Eagles have the first seed? I don't know. Neither team will have a conference loss. Neither team has a common game, so I'm guessing strength of opponents. So I don't know. That's going to be close for the Lions. But if we win, of course, we handle business, but we can also get more breathing room. Like, we have no breathing room at all. But a loss and a win by us and a loss by both the Eagles and the Vikings, it would be huge with 3 games left. So those are what we're looking to watch. The Eagles, we're going for the Steelers, and the Chicago Bears. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but it's going to be interesting to watch. It might be time. The Detroit Lions might have to handle business in week 18 against the Minnesota Vikings.